Hi guys, how you doing? My name is Crystal and welcome to my YouTube channel. Good afternoon. Totally compos mentis. Alexa, what's the time please? Alexa, what's the time please?
It's 4:10 p.m.
So it's 4:10 in the afternoon. I've gone out later than normal and I've got this clothing on. I've got no shorts and t-shirt on. I've just got my fitness leggings and my antisocial butterfly t-shirt this afternoon. Right. I've heard all sorts of cases about the police being bullies. The police bullying people. When you are trying to report, I've suffered child abuse as a kid, and I've suffered a lot of abuse from men, and I've suffered domestic violence in my lifetime. And the police, when they're trying to hide something, they will try and blame the victim, and they will bully the victim instead of dealing with finding the perpetrator. So I think the police are trying to frighten me off from reporting incidents, well, I'll tell you why in a moment. So the usual, we get a message from somebody asking me what type of bloke that I would like to meet. And I said I would like to meet an ordinary guy. I would like to meet someone that doesn't do drugs and that someone is, normal. So, getting on for 3:30, I take Max out for a walk. And I look in my mailbox, there's no post. There's no post. I walk out the front of the building and I go onto the field. And there are two guys smoking drugs sat on a bench opposite the co-op. So they're just smoking spliffs. And the weed goes up my nose. And Max just conks out, it makes him tired. He's just like lying down. So there's two blokes smoking drugs on a bench, and then they start laughing. So I ring my mother up. I ring my mum up. And I just start having a conversation with my mum and walk around the field because I feel safer when I'm talking to somebody. So my mum's voice is on loudspeaker. I walk past the builders. And then there's this woman with glasses behind my back, and she's got extremely tight trousers on, so you can see the outline of her bottom. You know these girls that wear really tight trousers? And so almost the seam of the trousers is going up between their buttocks. So this woman with glasses was walking in front of me with extremely tight trousers on. Doesn't do anything for me. She's walking by herself, no dog, green trousers. So I just carried on walking and letting Max run around, and he's had a good run, done his number ones and his number twos. And I'm just ignoring this woman. I'm a woman, and I'm on a dating site to try and meet a fella. And I've also had trouble with female police officers in the past being extremely rude to me over the phone and threatening me. Female police officers. So I'm walking around the field, I'm talking to my mum, and this lady goes off. She's walking faster than me. And then I go home speaking to my mum on loudspeaker. The builders start drilling while I'm speaking to my mum on the phone on loudspeaker. And my mum's Jennifer, who was born in 1946. So my mum's 78. And my mum is trying to get a worker to come out to her. And well, I'll tell you what the Kent police have said to me in a moment. But my mum needs social services support. She does. She's 78. Right? So basically, the woman that rang my buzzer this afternoon was a plainclothes police officer, was she? Because she didn't have police uniform on. When I went to my buzzer to see who was at the buzzer this afternoon, it was a woman in ordinary clothing. She didn't have uniform on. And she said she tried to get into the corridor. She tried to get into the corridor, but she couldn't get through. Why wasn't she wearing police uniform? I was told there's no police coming out, and I've got a record of them saying that as well, so they just turn up on the doorstep, uninvited. They turn up on my doorstep without arranging an appointment. That's not on, is it? That's not on at all, is it? No police uniform. So I was talking to my mum on loudspeaker all the way around the field, and these weed smokers had buggered off. They'd gone by then. They'd gone. They'd disappeared. In fact, it was like nobody there apart from a DPD van. And I came back into my flat, and downstairs dogs were barking. And I'm not getting cross, and I'm not losing my temper anymore. And I wasn't. My mum was on the end of the phone, so she heard the drilling. She heard the downstairs dogs barking. I was talking to someone over the phone, you see. So I've got, again, my mother was a witness to the noise that I experience when I go outside. I said, "Did you hear that?" I said, "Did you hear that?" So while my elderly mother, Jennifer, is sat down listening to me, she said, "I'll get a chair." And she sat down, and she was listening to all the outside external noises that I have to go through each day. I said, "I'm sorry, Mum, the builders have just started drilling while I'm talking to you." I said, "Did you hear it?" So I came into the flat. I was barked at by dogs downstairs. And I came into my flat, and my cat was in the living room. My ginger tomcat was in the living room. The door was shut, and my cat was in the living room. When I came back home, my cat was on the balcony by a Horlicks top. My cat was on the balcony. So my cat was shut in the living room. Can you explain how my cat got onto the balcony with the window and the door shut? So this police officer gained access to the building, but she didn't get through to the corridor, past the corridor. People can bluff their way into this building. They can ring someone's buzzer, say I'm so-and-so, come into the building and get through. Right, so I came back into my flat, and I phoned this PC Hepburn, or whatever his name was, and he went, "Ellie's taken over. Ellie's taken over. Ellie." He went, "Ellie's taken over." And then as soon as I put the phone down, Ellie rang me back. Ellie, this woman called Ellie, and it sounded like she was chewing gum. She was very, very like Ellie, Ellie, and she sounded like she was chewing gum. And I don't know if she was trying to threaten me with the social services, but I've been through that route before. Like threatening for people to come into my flat and assess me. Well, you go ahead and do that. Go ahead and do it. Go ahead and do it. You you threaten me, you can threaten me with the nut house if you want. You can threaten me, asking me what medication I'm on. Yeah, you start threatening me with that bullshit again. I've been through that before. There's targeted survivors on YouTube talking about how the police have bullied them and sent them to the mental hospitals and followed them on the streets to shut their mouth up. So another incident of drugs. I told them, I said I've come through a smog of cannabis. Now they're going to refer me to social services. The social services won't do anything because I'm not elderly. That you see, the police are deluded like some members of the public. I'm not an elderly woman. Do you know what she said? She said, I'm going to refer you to adult social services, like supposedly adult protection. She said they'll probably ring you back, but they probably won't do anything. That's exactly what she said. She asked me, did I live alone? See, I've had this before. I've had calls from the police at between 12 and 4 in the morning, asking me if I've got a lock and chain on the door. And do I sleep well at night? From so-called police officers. Right? I don't think that was a police officer. Why wasn't she in police uniform? There was no police car outside either. And don't the police like to chew gum? It's so rude, isn't it, when you're trying to talk to a police officer and they've got gum in their mouth. Usual thing. They wanted to talk to me about an update on my case, yeah, and then threaten me with the social services. Yeah, well, you can threaten me with the social services. You can't take my kids away this time, can you, love? You can't take my children away this time, can you? You report things to the police and the perpetrator gets away with it and they try to lock the victim up. I've been speaking to my mum all the way around the field on loudspeaker about the police. I was talking about how the police failed my mum and labelled my mum mentally ill when my dad was giving her a good hiding. And I get the police like threatening me with social services. So guys, I'm in my flat, right? I'm thinking of going to the Citizens Advice Bureau because I want to sue the police. They're just harassing me now. They're ringing up and taking the piss. And then I'm going out and I'm still smelling drugs. And Hyde Housing have got a record of the drug use in this building because Hyde Housing reported the drug use to the police themselves. So that's not in my head either. I don't give strange people my address. I don't let strange people into my flat. And I don't let police in uninvited. Next time you want to come out to me, make an appointment. Ellie. You know, you say PC so-and-so. You don't go out. You know, I'm a woman. Beware of the fakeness. This happened in Gloucestershire. The fakeness, and I've got to make sure if someone comes out to my flat that they are bona fide social services, because they weren't in Gloucestershire. No, they weren't bona fide social services. Got to make sure that you've got their name, their badge. They'll force you to take medication that's not meant for you as well, like giving me diazepam that my mother was on and olanzapine that my mother's taking. my mum's told me to calm down. My mother Jennifer's told me to calm down, relax and be careful if I want to continue talking to the police. I feel like I'm being threatened and bullied off. Anyway, no post, which I'll be all right tomorrow. I've got something due tomorrow. I'm going to get post tomorrow. I know that because I've ordered something. It's only something small, but I've ordered something. You've got to be careful what you tell your own family, because you don't know who's listening in the background when you're talking. Anyway, my dad, before he died, got in touch with social services. A guy called Patrick, a black man called Patrick, came out to Durrell Gardens and apparently said to my father, who was in his 70s, "Can you wipe your own backside?" And my dad went, "Yes, I can." And he said, this Patrick said then, "Well, I can't help you, sir. I can't help you because you can wipe your own backside." So I don't know what the police think they're going to gain by contacting social services. They need to investigate who's doing this to me and find the perpetrators and stop trying to lock the victims away, as they've been doing for some time. My dad also contacted social services for equipment. He got a cushion to sit on. He got a bath seat and a toilet seat as well. So I come back from my walk and my cat's on the balcony, right, with the doors and the windows shut, next to a Horlicks top, Horlicks. And as for the dating sites, she's told me to come off every dating site basically and just, I've got to stay single for the rest of my life because the police can't be bothered to investigate who's doing this to me. Mind you, police do come out to people and they come out and see how they're living. And they don't do anything anyway. Just going to get on with the rest of my evening. If anyone speaks to me on the phone, the call will be recorded. I obviously couldn't record this so-called police officer female's voice because she called me on the phone that I record from. It's a mobile phone number. It wasn't from a police station. It's from a personal mobile phone number. And I presume every police officer has a different mobile phone that they ring from now. What I'm going to do, guys, is I am going to continue to ring the police when there's incidents. I'm not going to get put off, right? And it's not. They need to find out who's doing this. Basically, that's what they need to do. I thought. Oh, what medication are you on? Yeah, don't you start that again. I said to her face. I said, "It's my mother that's got the mental health illness." I goes, I don't know what you want to know what medication I'm on for. That could be dangerous in the wrong hands. Yeah, she had no copper clothes on, and I didn't see a police car. And if they were that worried about me, they would have tried to get in, wouldn't they? See you later.